go in reverse order.
One in reverse order. Ingram. Naz. Koloff.
So start with that one on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Jones Auditorium. We've got about 5 minutes till the commencement of the ceremony. Please continue to find your seats and begin to silence all electronic devices. Thank you.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Hey, thanks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our ceremony will begin momentarily. Please ensure all electronic devices are silenced.
Already. Yes, you're ready. I like it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Major Chris Smith.
And I am Master Sergeant Desiree Cobb.
We're from the operations team at the Warrant Officer Training School and your MCs for today's event. On behalf of Brigadier General Joseph L. Sheffield, Commander, Gene M. Holmes Center for Officer Accessions and Citizen Development, we welcome you to the graduation ceremony for Warrant Officer Training School Class 2504.
I would like to begin with a brief review of this morning's ceremony. In just a few moments, we will have the arrival of the official party. During the playing of ruffles and flourishes, it is customary for the military member in uniform to stand at attention facing the dignitary. Today, we will honor the Director of Intelligence and Cyber Effects Operations, National Guard Bureau, 826, Joint Base Andrews, Maryland, Brigadier General Reed J. Novotny. The graduates are in their service dress uniform, symbolizing the ceremonial duties for today.
To maintain proper decorum and respect, we ask that you abide by the following protocols. There are times that you will be asked to stand. During those times, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart during our national anthem. Veterans and military members who are not in uniform may also place their right hand over their heart. In addition, please observe respect during the oath of office. During this oath, warrant officers pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. We will be providing cues throughout the ceremony to help guide you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of ruffles and flourishes, followed by the singing of the national anthem and invocation.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I invite you to join me in prayer. Good and gracious God, as we gather this morning for the graduation of our new warrant officer, class 2504, we pause at the start of this ceremony to give thanks. Thanks for the foundational gifts of wisdom, courage, and right judgment with which you have blessed these airmen, gifts that they have willfully exercised to develop and perfect their technical expertise and become a beacon of light recognized by their peers and a beacon of light focused down the correct path to advise and lead others so that dominance is assured in their given domain. Thanks for the support of their peers and mentors who have enabled them to reach this great milestone in their life. For those who have traveled to be here, thanks for their safe arrival. May they return without event and laud you for all they have experienced. Additionally, thanks for the instructors and administrators at our school who have honed these airmen's gifts so that at their duty stations, others may experience in them a rich blessing they have been formed to be. Thanks for the support of their significant others, family members, friends, before, during, and after their training, individuals who have walked with these new graduates as their companions on this demanding journey. Continue to strengthen these relationships so that these warrant officers may find a refuge when times are demanding and doors open wide to celebrate when the time is right. Gracious God, ultimate giver of freedom, as American airmen, we have taken a sacred oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. As we gather this morning, I pray that the commitment, positive spirit, and hope with which these new warrant officers embody will inspire others to strive to unlock their full potential. May our actions strengthen our great country and bring us closer to genuine, lasting peace. In your divine name, I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Captain Slayton and Lieutenant Marshall, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem, and Chaplain Poole for that inspirational invocation. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Before we begin, I would like to welcome our official party for today's ceremony. Please hold all applause until all names have been introduced. The Director of Intelligence and Cyber Effects Operations, National Guard Bureau 826, Joint Base Andrews, Maryland, Brigadier General Reed J. Novotny.
The Commandant, Warrant Officer Training School, Major Tanner Alshouse, and his spouse, Megan.
Senior Enlisted Leader, Warrant Officer Training School, Senior Master Sergeant Kaylee McAvinney.
We would like to also recognize senior leaders without whom this day would not happen.
The Air National Guard Assistant to the Commander, Air University, Brigadier General Mary Decker.
The Director, Joint Staff for Alabama National Guard, Brigadier General Jeffrey Smith.
The Deputy Commander, Gene M. Holmes Center for Officer Accessions and Citizen Development, Colonel Joshua Amon.
The Command Chief of the Gene M. Holmes Center for Officer Accessions and Citizen Development, Chief Master Sergeant Jennifer McKean.
The Commander, 42nd Air Base Wing, Colonel Shamika N. Tolliver.
The Commandant of Officer Training School, Colonel Roxanne T. Toy.
The Command Chief, Warrant Officer of the Army National Guard, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Brian Searcy.
The Alabama State Command Chief Warrant Officer, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Tracy Jolly.
The Idaho State Command Chief Warrant Officer, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Edward Barnowski.
The Utah State Command Chief Warrant Officer, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Jeffrey Issa.
The Puerto Rico Command Chief Warrant Officer, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Jose M. Trinidad.
The Tennessee State Command Chief Warrant Officer, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Lance Jenkins.
The Honorary Commander to Brigadier General Joseph L. Sheffield, Gene M. Holmes Center for Officer Accessions and Citizen Development, Mr. Doug Thiessen, and his spouse, Mrs. Jenny Thiessen.
The spouse of Brigadier General Joseph L. Sheffield, Commander of the Gene M. Holmes Center for Officer Accessions and Citizen Development, Mrs. Sarah Sheffield.
Finally, we would like to thank all general officers, senior executive service civilians, commanders, commandants, chiefs, senior enlisted leaders, staff, friends, and family who have joined us today for this special occasion. We hope you enjoy the ceremony. Thank you.
Today marks a significant day for our warrant officer candidates. Prior to 2024, the last Air Force warrant officers were CW4 James Long retiring Greg Aff in 1980, and CW5 Bob Barrow completing his service in the reserves in 1992. Their legacy is honored in the two flights graduating today. Long Flight, instructed by Master Sergeant David Elliott and Master Sergeant Ryan Knight. Barrow Flight, instructed by Master Sergeant Vernon Boyd and Master Sergeant Desiree Cobb. Additionally, led by military training instructors, Technical Sergeant Joseph Sharon and Technical Sergeant Richard Thompson.
Today, we witness the dedication and commitment of the Warrant Officer Training School Class 2504. This class consisted of 29 total candidates, all of whom are guardsmen. They have persevered and excelled through 8.5 weeks of rigorous training, testing their physical, emotional, and mental fortitude. Guided by the motto, Mission Ready, they have demonstrated their readiness not only through academics, but also through team exercises, which challenge their problem-solving skills and physical endurance. Please join me in welcoming the Commandant, Warrant Officer Training School, Major Tanner Alshouse, to the stage for opening remarks.
Good morning. What an exciting and historical day it is. I want to start by thanking each and every one of you for attending. Those of you that drove or flew in to attend in person, and those that are attending virtually. Your presence today is impactful, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to celebrate our graduates. Brigadier General Novotny, thank you for not only attending in person, but delivering today's keynote speech. Sir, your presence adds incredible value and significance to this occasion. Today is meaningful in numerous ways. This graduating class completes the United States Air Force's first-year production of the warrant officer, bringing our total to 119 across the total force, 53 of which are from the Air National Guard. Even more significant, this is the first ever all-Air National Guard class, 29 candidates representing 20 states across the country. But none of this would be possible without partnership, which is the theme of my remarks today. From the very beginning, partnerships have fueled the success of the Warrant Officer Training School. I want to thank Colonel Tolliver and the 42nd Air Base for your unwavering support and dedication in the support of our mission. Thank you. To our partners at Air University and to our parent wing at the Home Center, Colonel Amon, Chief McKean, Mr. Thiessen, and all the schoolhouse commanders and commandants. Thank you. Your combined efforts have made it possible to stand up the program and execute our mission with speed and precision. To the National Guard Bureau, your partnership has been exceptional. From day one, you have been in lockstep with the Warrant Officer Training School, fully committed at every level. Whether it's the 2-6 team, selecting high-caliber cyber and IT candidates, or the staff and leadership teams ensuring our candidates arrive prepared and ready to execute. You've set the bar high. Your dedication and commitment have been instrumental in the success of the program. I'd also like to recognize the continued leadership and mentorship of our Command Chief Warrant Officers. Chief Searcy and the State Command Chief Warrant Officers, thank you for helping to shape, develop, and foster the unique culture of the Air Force Warrant Officer. Your engagement has created a lasting foundation that will carry on for generations. But I would argue that no partnership is more important than the one behind the scenes, the family members. To the spouses, children, parents, and grandparents, thank you. Your love, encouragement, and sacrifices are what brought your warrant officer to this moment. Your support you provided is the foundation of their success. Your inspiration is immeasurable, and we are deeply grateful for all that you've done and will continue to do. Now, to the warrants. You've arrived to Warrant Officer Training School with uncertainty and anticipation. I gave you my commander's intent to embody our program learning outcomes: professional warfighter, technical integrator, and credible advisor. You have exceeded every expectation. My team took you back to the basics with dorm, drill, and uniform inspections, guided by our outstanding military training instructors. You're challenged academically by our instructor cadre and developed not only as individuals, but as a team. The camaraderie, trust, and partnerships you formed with each other became your greatest strength. I want you to leave here today with one takeaway. Your success will always be grounded with the strength of your partnerships, with each other, your families, and with the Warrant Officer Corps. You now face the greatest challenge of all, forging your new path as a warrant officer in the United States Air Force. And now, more than ever, you'll need those partnerships to lead, integrate, and to advise. Joe Novotny, sir, it is my distinct honor and pride to graduate the Air Force's newest mission-ready warrant officers in the Air National Guard. Thank you.
Thank you, Major Alshouse. Senior Master Sergeant McAvini, please join Major Alshouse on the stage to begin the awards portion of our ceremony.
The Warrant Officer Training School recognizes select individuals for their accomplishments while in training. Friends and family, please feel free to cheer for your graduate as they accept their award.
Our first award is the Outstanding Contributor, presented to the individual in each flight who consistently helped the team reach its full potential. This award is selected by each respective flight. From Barrow Flight, Chief Warrant Officer 2, Travis Anderson. From Long Flight, Chief Warrant Officer 2, Benjamin Koloff.
Next, we will recognize our distinguished graduates. These individuals are the top 10% of their class, having excelled in academic performance. And for 2504, the competition was incredibly tight. So once again, let me say well done to all of you in 2504. Winners, please come forward to accept your award as your name is called. The distinguished graduates for Class 2504 are Chief Warrant Officer 2, Vitaly Bistrevsky, and Chief Warrant Officer 2, Henry Corse. Nice job, Bistrevsky.
Each Watts class includes a top graduate, recognized for the highest outstanding overall academic performance across all graded measures. The top graduate is Chief Warrant Officer 2, Benjamin Koloff.
Now we will announce the Commandant's Leadership Award, presented to the graduate who best exemplified the Warrant Officer Training School whole person concept and demonstrated exceptional leadership and followership throughout the course. The recipient of the Commandant's Leadership Award for Class 2504 is Alabama Zone Chief Warrant Officer 2, Joshua Dunn. Way to go.
Thank you, Major Alshouse and Senior Master Sergeant McAvini. Please join me in another applause for our individual award winners once again. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker for today's graduation. The Director of Intelligence and Cyber Effects Operations, National Guard Bureau 826, Joint Base Andrews, Maryland, Brigadier General Reed J. Novotny. Sir, the floor is yours.
Great work. Hey, is this thing on? Maybe? Ah, there we go. Hey, good morning, everyone. Hey, it's a beautiful day to be here. I will start out with the fact that I was talking to the major and the senior beforehand, and I said, well, how much time do you want me to speak? 5 to 10 minutes. I was like, 5 to 10 minutes, that's all I get? Can I do 2.5 hours? The major's like, you can do 2.5 hours, that's fine. Senior's like, 10 minutes, don't go over a second over 10 minutes. That's great advice, senior. So timekeeping, 48, I started at 48. So I'll try to make this 10 minutes. All right, friends and family who are here, friends and family who are watching online. Hello, Vienna, my daughter, if she's watching, sitting at home, I gave her the link. And I did that because I truly am proud to be here and be a part of this celebration with all of you. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for me to be here. It's a big deal for us to be graduating these warrants into our United States Air Force. And of course, it's a huge deal for the Air National Guard to be the entire class of 2504. So thank you for doing all of us very proud. I just want to talk about a few things today, and I tell you, I do not have any answers. So this is the problem. I don't have any answers, but I need you all, to come up with some of these answers in the future. This is what makes cyber and IT, in my opinion, one of the best fields to be in our United States Air Force, or in general, is the sense that it's always changing, it's always evolving. We always need great leaders and technical advisors, in which you are going to be here. See if I've been trained. Yes, been trained on how to use the clicker. All right, you thought academics were over. Someone, tell me who this is. Wow, all right. There we go, on this side, Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell, all right, great job. Recycle this course, start from the beginning. Billy Mitchell. All right. So Billy Mitchell, in 1921, challenged the Navy and said, hey, guess what? I can sink, I think he said, I will sink your battleship. I think that's what he said. That's a joke. And he actually went out and sunk one of the ships in the Navy. Said it could not be done. 100 years ago, in 1925, he was court-martialed. He was court-martialed because he was a bold advocate of air power, because he called out the leadership. He actually said the things that most people were probably thinking at the time, but you couldn't say in public. You know, oftentimes I believe that the biggest deficit that we have in our government is our bureaucracy. It's like a kryptonite. Like, we cannot move the bureaucracy. Even though we can see the forest through the trees, we cannot move our bureaucracy forward. One of my favorite quotes, of course, is from President Reagan. The closest thing to eternal life on earth is a government program. Okay? Not wrong, right? So we had the Department of War, we had the Department of the Navy, and this guy stands up as a colonel, then general, and then back to a colonel, retired as a colonel after his court-martial, and said, hey, we need air power. I think he was proven right. Yes? I think he was proven right. Don't worry about the misspellings. My team tried to correct them. These were all AI generated, right? And there's not going to be a test, so you're welcome, on these slides up here. But I'm going to talk through a couple of things. And I think I'll hit all of your AFSCs. Those are all my slides, so we're done. I think I'll hit all of your AFSCs and all of your mission sets in the future. And just talk about all the questions that I still have in my brain that I want help from this community. I want help from all of us to try to solve. So the top left one, I asked the AI generator just to create me a picture of Air Force networks or warfighting networks, and it put that shooters up there, some tanks, all those kind of things. We in the National Guard have about 60% of the combat comm. Who's doing combat comm? All right, we got some people over there. And about 80% of the E&I teammates, awesome. We have a huge percentage of the capability of the active component. We do, it's great, it's awesome. Great missions, right? When my team looked at the capacity that we're gonna need in a DCW, deployed combat wing, when we go overseas, Indo-PACOM, when we're going to fight, hopefully delay and never fight, but if we have a shooting war with our near-peer adversary, how much IT support, combat comm, XCOM, do we need in that O plan? And the good thing is my colonel came back to me and said, hey, great, we have almost enough to support the Air National Guard deployable combat wings. And I said, well, that doesn't math correctly. That's what my daughter says. That math doesn't math. Because we have a huge amount of the capacity in the Air National Guard, how are we going to support our friends on active duty and their deployed combat wings when we go downrange? How are we going to do it? So here's the questions. The people in combat comm, the main UTC that we use is about how we deploy as a team. I'll translate maybe to the friends and family who are too many acronyms already. I got it. But we have about 40 people that go with big comms equipment, all modeled after our last war. Our last war was in the Middle East. We had fixed bases. We had to be somewhere for multiple years. That's what the combat comm was going to robust and support IT equipment or IT missions overseas. So this is what I've told my team to do, and this is what I'm going to tell you to do. We need more capacity and less people to do it. If it's 40 people, make it 20. If the bandwidth is, 10 meg, 100 gig, doesn't matter, double it. Because I need you to figure out how to get your watch with a Google MiFi and a Starlink to work well enough on an island in the middle of Indo-PACOM. Got it? Like, that's where we need to be. That's where we need to be because that's what our war fighters need us to be, where they need us to be. All right, that second globe picture, the question to the AI bot was, show me the Department of Defense global information networks, right? Make it really complicated. Actually, it's not very complicated up there. So we have about 4 million endpoints in the Department of Defense networks. Pretty big network, right? But it's not pretty big compared to the world. So we run that, what I would say, pretty inefficiently. So who's doing any, and we don't really have base comm people, but you're gonna be a part of this, right? No base comm. So the base comm, DOD ops, and we'll get into CPTs and security in a second. But my point is we have 4 million endpoints, and we have between 215 to 250,000 people who do IT in the Department of Defense. All right? A lot. A lot of people who do IT. They do things that you will do, like cyber defense. They do, they're contractors, and they run networks, civilians, and they run networks. So I was talking to one of my friends, and I told him I was going to quote him on this. He is a part-time drill status guardsman, captain, used to work for me, and he also works for one of the big cloud providers. I won't mention names. They're all great, right? They're all my friends. I said, if you were going to run a 4 million endpoint network, how many people would you need to do it? Any guesses from the crowd? 4 million endpoints. How many people do you need to run that network? Give me a number, anyone. Louder? 500 people? He said 100. I can do it with 100. And you know why? Because they would automate it. They would use the AI. It would be a standard plane. You know, it would not be like the bifurcated networks that we have now with the Army and the Navy. And this network here on this base is different than the network where I'm at in Andrews. It's different. It's all different. And it's driven by, we'll go to the last thing, 2 more minutes, on time, on target. It's driven by our laws. There's no country I would rather be in than the United States of America. But I tell you what, the laws that are passed down by Congress, the FAR, how we acquire IT capability, make it very difficult to be efficient, right? So say, you know, there's a tank driven over the border of Mexico with the PRC flag on the side of it. Pretty sure that domain, the land domain, has figured out, and we would have some tank from the Army shoot it, right? Awesome. We've got land figured out. If, you know, for example, there is a submarine from the PRC coming into the harbor of Los Angeles, pretty sure our Navy is gonna stop that. Now, if there is a red balloon by the PRC that flies over the entire United States, it's a joke. At some point, our Air Force, the F-22 is gonna shoot it down, right? At some point. Now, let's say the city of St. Paul is hacked on, say, last Friday, if you Googled this, last Friday. Who responds? Look at that. That's what I asked the Google AI generator. Who responds to a cybersecurity threat at a state, local place that is not owned by the Department of Defense, but it's very important? One of those people. We've sent the Army National Guard, actually, to go support them, but unfortunately, all they're going to do is help them fix their laptops. So I need you to figure this out. Who's in charge if all those organizations are in charge? Who's in charge? Does that mean we're going to run straight into creating a different force? Are we going to run straight into creating a cyber force to take all the roles? I'm talking all the titles that we have, all the laws, and suck them into one, kind of like how the Coast Guard has multiple authorities and sit in multiple hats. Guardsmen understand this, Title 32, Title 10 statuses. You know, are we going to do something like that to create a cyber force in the future? I don't know the answer. And I actually want you all to figure it out. So I'm about 10 seconds over my 10 minutes because I can see a clock back there. But I will leave you with this. So starting with the Billy Mitchell slide. I asked, you know, what are some of the similarities between these great individuals that are going into our Air Force and what Billy Mitchell did? And they gave me 6 points here. Visionary leadership and advocacy. There was a resistance to change, what he was talking about, that kryptonite I was talking about. The importance of innovation. Consequences of neglect. Collaboration and integration. And finally, the courage to speak out. Does that sound what your commander here has charged you with as a warrant officer? Does that sound like you could be the next Billy Mitchell in our United States Air Force? I think it does. I will leave you with this. Do everything that he did, minus the getting court-martialed thing. Just a suggestion. I'm not a JAG. Any JAGs in the room? Let's not do the court-martial thing. But again, I appreciate it, Major and Senior, for allowing me to spend some time with these graduates. And they are an amazing addition to our United States Air Force. Congratulations again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of Watts Class 2504, the class commander, Warrant Officer 1 Megan Wyatt, would like to present you with a small token of the class's appreciation.
Oh, thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
I would now like to ask the Watts Command Team to please join Brigadier General Novotny on stage to present the graduation certificates. Graduates and instructors, please take your positions. Friends and family, feel free to cheer as your graduate accepts their certificates.
Chief Warrant Officer Travis Anderson.
Warrant Officer 1, Keela Arini.
Chief Warrant Officer 2 Vitaly Bistrevsky.
Warrant Officer 1, Joshua Brown.
Chief Warrant Officer 2 Christopher Brunn.
Warrant Officer 1, David Buchanan.
Warrant Officer 1 Luke Bungie.
Warrant Officer 1, Shane Chernis.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Nicholas Colonna.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Henry Corse.
Course complete. Warrant Officer 1, Elizabeth Cruz.
Warrant Officer 1, Shaliko Drabinski.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Joshua Dunn.
Warrant Officer 1, Alejo Garcia.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Joshua Giles.
Warrant Officer 1, Luke Ingram.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Benjamin Koloff.
Warrant Officer 1, Matthew Lafreniere.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Edward Landis.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Alan Ramsey.
Warrant Officer 1, William Randall.
Warrant Officer 1, Justin Shelton.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Jason Swinson.
Warrant Officer 1, Johnny Thompson.
Warrant Officer 1, Josue Valdez.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Lanil Vasquez.
Warrant Officer 1, Richard Waite.
Chief Warrant Officer 2, Austin Walgie.
Last but not least, the class commander for Watts Class 2504, Warrant Officer 1, Megan Wyatt.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in another round of applause for our graduates.
Thank you, Major Allshouse and Senior Master Sergeant McAvinney. Everyone please rise as General Novotny will now administer the oath of office.
Okay, you ready for this? All right. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed a warrant officer in the United States Air Force. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully. Discharge the duties of the office. Upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce the Air Force's newest warrant officers. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Class 2504, please come to the stage for a photo with Brigadier General Novotny.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by for the singing of the Air Force song, followed by the departure of the official party and the graduates. U.S. Air Force. Miss Wyatt, the floor is yours.
2504, the last of the first. Dismissed.
Mission ready!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending today's ceremony. We invite you to join us in the Jones Auditorium foyer for a reception to celebrate this special occasion. Have a great Air Force Day.